Assalamualaikum and a very good morning for our beloved lecturer, Miss Dato' Imam binti Idris. So for today, my friends and I will be presenting about one of our written report topics called site supervision. So presenter for today will be starting first with me, Muhammad Adi. My name is Muhammad Adi Fahim Yumaisham, and the second presenter will be Nurul and Auni binti Hishamuddin, and the third will be Ifana Zihar binti Mahdi, and lastly will be Putra Syahadanya bin Muhammad Rozi. So we go through the first topic of our presentation is called Introduction to Site Supervision. So in this topic we'll be talking about the importance of site supervision in construction and also the staff related to site supervision in construction industry. So why site supervision is important in construction industry? Firstly, it's because construction industry involved in high-risk jobs, which is include working at extreme heights, and also using heavy machineries, and also dangerous materials. It also requires managing multiple workers and activity at the site simultaneously. Therefore, site supervision is in need to ensure that all site activities follow legal regulations and standards. Also, in order to reduce accidents and ensure smooth project progress, and it helps us to maintain compliance with OSHA 334 and other regulations of law. Talking about site supervision is always related to one staff at the site called site supervisors. So, what are the key responsibilities for this staff? They monitor structural, mechanical, and electrical compliance with plan and specifications. They also ensure that quality of materials and workmanship is well maintained. And they also verify materials and equipment to ensure that they meet legal and quality standards. Not just that, they're also involved in inspection and quality control, such as perform sampling, testing, and defect checks, like for material that arrive on site or the material that be made on site, like concrete. And also they also track and report on site incidents, labor, and equipment use. And also, lastly, they monitor defects, rectification, and document site activities. Therefore, what is the impact of site supervision and on site? Firstly, it's about the project progress and times. For site supervision may lead to delays, budget overruns, and profit loss. And also because of the quality control issues, it can cause the work to be done again, and it increase inventory wastage. In accordance to that, it will also increase in cost. Therefore, site supervision helps detect material shortages, design issues, and poor workmanship early. It also acts as a communication hub to coordinate workers and teams. It also to improve clarity, task understanding, and teamwork on site. That's the reason why site supervision is important in our construction industry. So next we go to the second presenter to go through with the rest of our presentation today.
Next, I will continue this presentation with the scope of study. For the background case study, our group conduct at the company FNN Agrivele SDM PhD. It was located at KM3 Jalan Pasir Besar, Jalan Gemas Negeri Sembilan, and this company had the land size with 20,000 acres. This company was incorporated from 30 August 2019 until now. For the goals, FNN Agrivele is established a dairy farm for milk production, processing, and packaging, sale of dairy product, breeding and sale of livestock. Then they also growing of crop and the provision of camping ground on site and recreational vehicle park. This company challenges and implementation such as examine issue faced during supervision, explore how site control system operate, review any supporting document or letter used in communication. Next, we go through with the detail of the project. Our group conducting this case study through an interview on the Google Meet platform with the Mr. Sarubulan, which is the project engineer at the company, at the FNN Agri Valley. So, Mr. Sarubunalan provides us in-depth explanation on how site operations are coordinated, how resources are managed efficiently, and how safety, quality, and timelines are maintained throughout and the project life cycle. And then he also share practical insight into communication between stakeholders on site decision making and the implementation of project plan that meets unforeseen challenges. So in this way, indirectly, we came to know what is the site management focus area, which is the main area of focus in managing construction site to ensure the work runs smoothly, so that it has scope of site management, which is control of the material, workforce management, safety enforcement, and coordination among contractor and subcontractor. So this can provide the benefit to the project, like impact of effective site supervision, which is minimize project delay, ensure high quality standard, enhance workmanship on site.
Okay, now I'll be presenting on the topic of quality of material with a focus on how construction material should be stored and handled properly. First is importance of proper storage. In any construction project, material play a critical role in ensuring structural stability and safety. To maintain their quality and performance, material must be stored correctly. Improper storage doesn't just affect quality, but it can lead to significant financial losses, delays, and even safety risks on site. To give some practical example, reinforcement bars should always be stored off the ground and covered to prevent rusting. Cement bag need to be kept in dry, enclosed areas to avoid early setting due to moisture. Flammable items must be stored in designated, secure room to prevent fire hazard. Then, risk of poor storage. If material are not stored properly, the consequences can be serious. There a higher risk of degradation, theft, and physical damage. This can result in project delay, cost overrun, and in some cases, legal liabilities. Okay, second is standard operating procedure for quantity and quality checking. This brings us to quality control, or as known as QC. The QC team is responsible for checking the condition, quantity, and compliance of material when they arrive at site. They ensure all material meet the required technical and safety standard before they are used in construction. If any material is found to be defective or non-compliant, it will either be rejected or set aside. The quality control process doesn't stop after delivery. Regular check must be carried out while the material are in storage and before they are used. The QC team also make sure that expired or damaged material are not used under circumstances. Their role is not just to inspect but also to prevent problems before they happen. The value of quality control is very important too. A strong QC process ensures that the project meets its quality expectation and satisfy the client's requirement. QC also act as a bridge between the site team and the supplier. Their feedback help in making better decision, whether it's about procurement, material replacement or supplier evaluation. And the lastly is form and documentation on site. Documentation play a key role in managing material and equipment on site. By keeping accurate record, we can monitor the inflow and usage of material, track balance and avoid shortages or overstocking. For machinery, documentation ensure proper maintenance, accountability and safety. On a construction site, common records include delivery forms, inspection checklists, inventory control sheets, and daily usage logbook. These documents help ensure everything is tracked properly and any issues can be addressed quickly.
Assalamualaikum, good morning everyone. Today I'll be walking you through our approach to ensuring high quality workmanship on site, why it matters and how we implement supervision and inspection effectively. Let's start with why high quality workmanship is essential. First and foremost, it ensures durability in our project. It reduces the need for rework, save on long-term costs and ultimately it increase client satisfaction. High standard also reduce safety, risk and improve the reputation of our work. To uphold this standard, we begin by assigning supervisor on site. They play a critical role by overseeing operation, enforcing safety protocols, and ensuring that all work align with required standard. Their presence also boosts worker confidence and support timely task completion. Active monitoring is another key component. Supervisors are strategically placed across the site to maintain clear visibility. This allows them to immediately correct unsafe or incorrect practice and encourage a mindset of continuous improvement among the workforce. Each morning, we conduct daily briefing. This covers the day tasks, schedule, safety updates and risk awareness. Daily coordination helps teams stay aligned and prepare, reducing miscommunication and hazard. We also prioritize two-way communication. By encouraging open feedback, we build a trust-based environment. This helps us identify issues early, address concerns quickly, and maintain high morale across the team. Let's move into our standard operating procedure. For supervision and inspection, these are structured to prevent errors, support compliance, and ensure throughout oversight at every stage. Inspections are scheduled at key phase of the project, when materials are received during structural work. Before finishing work, this proactive scheduling helps prevent defect and enhance both quality and safety. To maintain consistency, we use detailed checklists during inspection. This includes items for measurement, material quality, tool use, safety standard, and design compliance. It ensures nothing is overlooked. Each inspection is followed by a formal inspection report. This document is finding, identify any non-conformities, and recommends corrective action. It creates accountability and support data-driven decision. We don't stop at the first check. Follow-up inspection verify that corrective action has been implemented. This reinforces a culture of continuous improvement and build confidence in our quality assurance processes. This is an example of form used in supervision. One of the tools we rely on is the renovation work checklist. It used before handover to inspect all aspects of refurbishment, including electrical system, plumbing, and overall workmanship.
And lastly, we go through conclusions of the presentation for today. So what are the conclusions for our presentation today? So firstly, about the effectiveness to site management. which is because of the proper handling, delivery, and storage of the material reserve, and also because of the strict procedure which ensure the material meet the standard, and they can also help reduce wastage and avoid delays of the project. And other than that, site supervision also can do quality control implementation, which use of inspection and quality checks to maintain material integrity, with this material assessed before and during use, which cause emphasis on the workmanship at the site, which cause an active supervision to ensure that the tasks follow best practices, such as they can also make daily briefings which provided updates and safety guidance, and also they can encourage two-way communication and encourage feedback from workers in order to solve some issues that are happening on site. And lastly, the use of tools and the documentation in site supervision at the site, which is checklists, checklists that be used for structure inspection, and documented reports regarding issues and corrective actions that being taken on certain issues. So that's all for us. Thank you to our lecturer for your time and listening to our presentation. That's all from us. Thank you and have a good day.